The new Universal Library, austenite, name used in metallurgy of a compound of iron and carbon formed when steel solidifies from the molten state. Named after the British metallurgist Sir William Austin. It is a non-magnetic solid solution of iron carbide, Fe3C, in gamma iron. This is like all other solid solutions, has a homogeneous structure, but in ordinary carbon steels cannot be retained in a pure state or by a non-quenching methods. In alloy steels, however, austenite may be obtained by slow cooling. Austenitic steels are of great industrial importance, the most widely known being Hadfield's manganese steel, containing 12–14% manganese. These, having enormous resistance to abrasion, is used for railway catch points. Another group includes the stainless steels containing 18% chromium and 8% nickel and their derivatives. All austenitic steels are non-magnetic. Austenitic cast irons contain high proportions of nickel and sometimes chromium and copper also. When cooled slowly to ordinary temperatures, they consist chiefly of austenite. The most important is nail resist, 12–15% nickel, 5–7% copper, 1.554% chromium, 1–2% silicon, 2.753% carbon. This alloy is non-magnetic and possesses high resistance to corrosion by seawater, caustic liquors, acid mine waters, and other corrosive media. It has excellent resistance to scaling and growth up to a temperature of about 800 degrees Celsius. It is used chiefly for pump parts, marine castings, boiled fittings, etc. Napoleon receives the Austrian standard after his brilliant victory. Austerlitz Battle of 1805, engagement fought between the Emperor Napoleon and the emperors of Russia and Austria, and known in consequence as the Battle of Emperors. It resulted in a complete French victory. Napoleon, abandoning his scheme for the invasion of England, had begun to move his armies from Boulogne and from northwestern Europe to intercept the Russian and the Austrian armies, which were converging on Bavaria. And on October 20, Max's Austrian army was defeated at Ulm and compelled to surrender. In November, Vienna was occupied by the French and Napoleon moved north to meet the Russians and the remaining Austrian forces, combined under command of General Wiroter, whom he overwhelmed, whom he overwhelmed at Austerlitz in Moravia on December 2. The Allies lost over a quarter of their forces, which outnumbered the French by some 20,000. Austria made peace at Pressburg, and the Third Coalition, which Pitt had formed a year before, was broken. Austin Herbert Austin, 1st Baron, 1866-1941, British motor engineer and manufacturer, born at Little Missenden, Banks. Austin first worked as a mechanical engineer in Australia, returning to England in 1890. Later, he became manager of the Wolseley 2 and the motor car company from 1900 to 1905, and in the later year founded the Austin Motor Car Company. To him was due, in great part, the rise of popular as opposed to luxury motoring in Great Britain when he introduced his Austin 7, which made motoring possible for many thousands. He was made AKCB in 1917 and raised to the appraising peerage in 1933-36.